Hello, hello. Hope that you're doing absolutely fantastic today. If you have tuned in to any one of my previous videos, you know that I have been having quite the month. Between being sick, destroying my camera, losing shoots off my memory cards, and just a plethora of other little things happening to me, you know that I have been having this hell week, this hell month, and I have been praying to every conceivable God in every conceivable universe to just chill on me for like 10 minutes so that I can get my life back in order. And to be honest, things are starting to look up a little. I still had kind of a rough week this past week, but it wasn't as bad as the week before and the week before that. So I think we're on the up and up. But per usual, if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you've never seen my face, never seen one of my videos, my name is McKenna. I own a digital media company called Studio SB Creatives. And today, I want to do something kind of fun. And my idea of fun is trying out new photo equipment that I've never used. So we're going to be trying out this little photo Lightbox. This photo Lightbox belongs to a friend of mine, my roommate actually. I'm not sure how he acquired it. I don't think that he went out and bought it, but I could be wrong. But I was looking them up before I started this video, and this thing goes for about 20 bucks, and we're going to see if that's worth it. I have actually seen it in action. He used it for a school project a couple years ago, and it's not very big. So if you're going to be shooting things that are on the smaller side, like you own a business selling a small product, or you got some sort of contract, or you are a photographer who's looking to shoot some like smaller products, this thing might just be for you. But we're going to try it out today, see how it performs, see if we get anything usable out of it, and see if it is worth the $18.99 online. Depending on how this goes, I might have to try out some more, because as I was looking through trying to find this exact photo box, I saw that Godox makes one, and a couple other companies make some that are just a little bit bigger, which might be better for you if you're shooting something on the slightly larger side. But for the most part, we're going to be trying this one out today, and we're just going to be shooting a couple different objects, seeing how it performs, seeing if it is worth the purchase price. So let's just get right into it. So I'm actually going to be switching my camera angle in just a second, but while I'm sitting here, I figured I would set it up so that when I cut, we can just kind of get right to it. So I'm going to try and pull this thing out. I'm also going to do this so that I can talk to you. So basically, you get it out of the box and it folds up just like this. It's literally about the size of a 8x10 piece of paper. It's more like probably a 10x10, but nonetheless, it just folds up right in the box. You can put it back there for safekeeping, and then you just unfold it, and let's see, you unfold all these little tabs. And basically, you put one tab here, and then one tab like this. There we go. And then we do the same thing on the other side. And then bam, you're ready to go. I think that when you buy it, it actually comes with a cord that connects. He doesn't have the cord, but this particular box just uses a micro USB cord. Why does that not sound right? Use a micro USB cord thing, the ones that used to charge every single phone ever, and then they all started making different chargers. So yeah, you use one of those, and basically you just plug it in, it lights up, and then you're ready to go. So basically I'll come back when I have a couple products to shoot, and we'll see how it goes. So ignore the mess that is my desk right now, but you can see just how small this thing is. You know, like it's not very big. So I grabbed a couple different objects that will fit in here. Some of them just barely, maybe. And we're just gonna see what I can do with what I have. I think that depending on what you're shooting, I am ill prepared, but it might be nice, you know, if you get some sort of block or something to set objects on so that you can kind of shoot underneath them. I'm gonna kind of have to be shooting eye level with whatever object I put in here, which I think is fine. But if you had like a white block or like a cube of some sort or whatever, just to prop up your prop on like by an inch or two, I think that would be super beneficial. You know what? I actually have an empty little film canister, so we'll see if that helps me take any better pictures. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be taking these random objects and we're going to be setting them right inside the Lightbox. For right now, you can kind of see what everything looks like. I'm going to move you forward. And honestly, it kind of looks good. Like for the most part, I mean, you'd think that for 20 bucks, you wouldn't really get a whole lot, but the shadows aren't too harsh. The light is very white. For the most part, things look good. And I'm kind of excited to see how they turn out. So I'm going to pop up the befores and afters, then we'll talk about it. I'll discuss my personal thoughts on how I think it performed, and then you will be able to basically make the decision for yourself if this is something that you want or something that you'd like to look into a little bit further. All right. Good morning. Good afternoon. It is now the next day. I did not have a chance to shoot those photos last night, so I did it early this morning. Did all the edits, just kind of threw some stuff together. So, it's not perfect. Some of them turned out a little bit better. But overall, with a little bit of doctoring, a little bit of editing, a little bit of photoshopping, in my personal opinion, that we can call this $20 Lightbox a success. Do I think it is an end-all, be-all? No, not even in the slightest. I think that this would be a very beneficial tool for like a small business owner, somebody who does or creates a small product on the side, somebody who has very limited camera knowledge or access to cameras or professional photographers in any capacity. I think that this is a good tool if you really just need to display something simple and you want something that looks a little bit more professional. In good conscience, I can't fully recommend this product to a serious product photographer, professional, if you will. I don't think that it would meet their needs. I don't think it would meet the requirements of anything at a professional level. And I think that that's pretty obvious. But if you are a beginner or an intermediate photographer and you want to do some practice product photography in a mostly controlled environment, I don't think you can beat the $20 Lightbox. I think maybe you should kind of just go out and get one of the more expensive ones, one of the bigger ones. But for the most part, if you have access to some Photoshop tools and a camera, I think that this is super useful for a lot of just lower tier business photography or just like lower tier product photography in general. If we look at those pictures that I just took, obviously I spent more time editing some than others. I didn't take very many photos. I didn't think that it was absolutely necessary to do so. But for the most part, you can see kind of how things could look if you had the right tools in place. Like if you are a small business owner, you sell a small product, you have a small product that you want to shoot, and you deliver these as your raws to a professional editor or professional photographer to edit these photos, and you're basically paying half of the normal cost. I think that it's a super beneficial tool. So like if you're limited on funds and you can afford to pay somebody $50 to edit a photo versus $500 plus for a full-on photo shoot, I think it's a no-brainer because it doesn't really take a whole lot of effort, especially with Photoshop's new generative AI and the new tool that they just released, which is, sorry, I had to look. It's called the Harmonize tool. So if you put in a background of some sort and you drop the photo on there and it doesn't look quite right, you can use Harmonize and AI will edit the photo to look more like it belongs in the scene. It's not perfect. I tried to use it on this to see how that performed, and it worked for the most part, but it made everything really soft. And I just didn't like how it looked, but we're not going to really get into that too much. So before I ramble on for too long, I think this product is absolutely worth $20. I do not think that it is a product that has any value to professional photographers, but I think for those with limited experience or are just limited in what they can do with the situation that they're in, this might be a really beneficial tool for them. So, if you want to buy it, it's the $20, $18.99 Lightbox made by Trax, Traxx. Feel free to look into it if you want. I think it's kind of cool. I don't see myself using it much in the future. I don't do a whole lot of product photography. If I did, like I said, I would probably invest in something just a little bit bigger, a little bit better, or I might even make my own. But for somebody who doesn't have those capabilities, I think this is a super useful tool. So with that being said, like always, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you disagree with me, if you agree with me, if you want to share any of your personal thoughts on how the photos turned out, or thoughts that you have on this photo Lightbox, go ahead and leave me a comment. And if you want to see more videos like this, you want to see what crazy adventures I get up to in the future, because there will be some crazy adventures, or if you just want to see more of my face, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one.